Hey everybody, it's Josh here. In this video, we're going to cover the best Divi Facebook groups to join in 2020. Now, before we dive in, a few things I want to mention. If you're new to Divi and elegant themes, you may not know that there is an incredible online community in and around Divi. It's one of the reasons that I personally love Divi. It's been just incredible for my business, and it's also been really great personally as well, as a lot of my best friends now have come in and around the Divi community and an amazing online community. So there's a lot of reasons why you should join Divi Facebook groups, and we're going to cover those, and I'm going to give you in this video the top 5 recommendations on groups that I really like and I enjoy and I'm a part of. And the thing is over the past few years, there have been a lot of articles online published about the best Divi Facebook groups, but some of those are several years old now. So some of those groups that were really great in the day are not very active now, or they're not updated, not maintained. So these are the ones that I recommend joining. And there are a bunch of other groups in and around Divi that I'll link to as well. So I'll link to those articles and I'll link to some other groups that you might consider joining, but we're going to go over the top 5 for Divi. And they're going to benefit you, which is what we're going to talk about before we dive into those groups. And last thing I wanted to mention, if you're thinking about getting involved with Divi and you want to purchase Divi and get an Elegant Themes license, if you would be so kind as to use my affiliate link below for Divi, I'll just get a kickback when you join Divi, and it'll help me continue to produce free videos for you. So really quick, before we dive into my recommendations on the groups to join, let's just go over 3 reasons why you should join a Divi Facebook group. Number 1, free support. The online community for Divi is incredible because everyone is so open and so willing to help. Now, some of these groups are really big that you're going to see. So yeah, every once in a while, you might get a bad seed in there, or might get some criticism or some not great feedback. But overall, the Divi community is very welcoming and encouraging and supportive. So free support has been incredible. Yes, you can go to Elegant Themes and get support through the actual official Elegant Themes support, but a lot of times they'll kick you over to other groups because sometimes you'll get faster response in Facebook groups. And a lot of times, I've had an issue that I've tried to work out myself and I spent hours on it, and then I end up asking somebody in a Facebook group and I get a response immediately and a great solution. So highly recommend joining Divi Facebook groups for the option for support because it really makes such a big difference. The other thing is for hiring. So if you are an agency or if you are growing your team and you're using Divi, one of the best ways you can find online freelancers and subcontractors is through these Divi Facebook groups. I've hired several people over the past few years through these groups, and it's a really great way to keep an eye on people who are being supportive and who are sharing their work and who are actually helping other members. And they could be a great place for your team. And you can also post ads in some of these groups as well if you're looking for qualified leads. And the beauty about that is everyone knows Divi, everyone knows WordPress, and you'll get some more qualified people opposed to just going on a random forum online. And then thirdly, is thirdly a word? I made it up. Thirdly, is it's a great place to actually get work if you're looking for Divi work. Now, here's the thing I want to mention, because that's a bold statement and it's a statement that can get you and a lot of other people in trouble, is that you don't want to just say, hey, I'm available for work, or hey, hire me. If you are looking for work as a Divi freelancer, my recommendation is to be helpful, share your experience, share code, share things you've learned. Do not just go out there and say, hey, hire me, because none of us are going to want to hire you if you are that spammy type shady person. So you need to be helpful, and I guarantee, and listen to me on this, I'm telling you, people are watching you in these groups. A lot of the people that I have hired, I have just seen be helpful and seen that, okay, this person actually knows what they're talking about, and then we went from there. So it's a great place to, number 1, get support, number 2, actually hire people, and number 3, actually get work as a Divi freelancer. So without further ado, let's dive in to the top 5 groups. So the first group is from yours truly, and it's the Divi Web Designers group. I actually set this group up in the fall of 2016. I had no idea how many other groups there were around at that time for Divi, and I ended up setting this up as primarily a place to share your work, get support, and get constructive criticism. And again, I had no idea how many other groups there were, so I kind of started this. I was only involved in a couple more. And over the years, this just has continued to escalate, and it's been an amazing community of such good people and great Divi website designers. At the time of recording this video, just over 3 years later, we're closing in on 20,000 members. So it's definitely got to be a very big group. However, we are still the most engaged, supportive, and encouraging group you're going to find in and around Divi. And I say that because I've seen this grow and I've tried my best to be an admin and a moderator for this group that keeps it continuing to be encouraging and supportive. And the cool thing about our group is there's not really many rules or regulations. We just ask that you keep it to Divi and WordPress, and that you just be supportive and be encouraging and give constructive criticism if you want to help people. And the cool thing is too, and what's wild about this group is we could actually be double this size. We only accept less than 50% of the members who ask to be in this group. And when you join the group, you'll see a little welcoming video that I put together, and you'll see some insights on this group. So Divi Web Designers group is my Facebook group that I started and still maintain and recommend. Would love to have you be a member to get some free Divi support. The next group is the official Divi group by Elegant Themes, which is called the Divi Theme users. So when you purchase Elegant Themes, you'll probably be prompted to join this group. And this is a really good group as well. Now you'll see right offhand that at the time of recording this, it's over 46,000 members. So they're closing on 50. So it's a much, much larger group. Now this has pros and cons. Sometimes you'll get more responses faster with a really large group. However, you probably already know what I'm going to say. With a group this size, sometimes you just never know what you're going to get. Sometimes this is more about quantity over quality. I would personally like quality over quantity. But regardless, this is a really good group, and you'll get insights with Elegant Themes that you may not find with other groups. The only downside with this one, though, to be quite honest, is that it's very rules and regulation based. So you'll see here that there's like certain days for certain things. With my group, I don't care what you post any day. If you have questions, or if you have a tutorial, or if you have a web design that you want to show off, you can do that at any time. You're not forced to certain days. So that is kind of a couple of the cons to this group. But overall, it's the main Elegant Themes Divi group, and I would highly recommend you be a part of it. The next one is Divi Freelancers for Hire. Now, this is a really interesting group because it's exactly what it says. It is for hiring Divi freelancers. Now, they're going to be much more particular about who they let in the group, rightfully so. Right now, they're closing in on 6,000 members, which is pretty impressive, being that this group is strictly for hiring. So this is not a support group. It's strictly for hiring. So if you are wanting to hire freelancers, you can offer ads and positions and opportunities on my group. I don't know about the official Divi group, but at least on my group, you can do that. But this one is more built for that. So I would recommend doing both. You can post an opportunity on my group and this one. But this is run by a great group of folks who have been doing it for a long time. I don't know how old this group is, but either way, definitely one I would recommend having in your pocket if you're hiring. And if you are a Divi freelancer, join this. But again, you're going to have to show some maybe not expertise, but you're gonna have to show you're legitimate and that you actually care about your work, and you're not just somebody who's trying to make a quick buck and is gonna disappear. So keep that in mind before you join this one. Another one is Divi Community. This is run by my boy Geno at Quiroz.co, which is kind of the first site that had all of the tutorials for Divi and was really welcoming and giving of all his free information. And he started this group well before I launched mine, and it's very similar to mine. It's less rules and regulation oriented, and it's more about just the community. But it's still very well maintained. It's not as big as some of the other ones, but sometimes that's better, you know? So this is a group I would definitely recommend joining if you're interested in keeping some other groups going. Again, you probably don't want to join too many. I mean, 3 or 4 groups, that's a lot to keep up with, but this is one that I would recommend if you're looking to keep your network open and find some new people in the Divi community. Again, great leadership with this group and a lot of good moderators that I trust as well. A lot of my great colleagues who are involved with this one. And then speaking of a lot of other good colleagues, there is a group called Divi Theme and the Extra Theme Help and Share. This one's about the same size as the Divi Community. This is another good one to where it may not be as engaged or active as it used to be a handful of years ago. I think this group was one of the more primary groups back then, but it is still very active, and it's a really good option, very similar to the Divi Community if you guys want to have another good solid option for a Divi Facebook group to have in your back pocket. So again, those are my top 5 groups, guys. My group, the Divi Web Designers group, which is definitely very encouraging, very engaged, and would love to have you a part of this. Again, it's free. It's just free support. We do have some questions that you have to answer to get access to this one, but we'd love to have you be a part of that. Regardless of the rules and regulations on this one, I would definitely recommend being a part of the main Divi group and Divi Freelancers for Hire, particularly if you are hiring. really great group, and the Divi Community and the Divi Theme Extra Help and Share, really good groups as well. And again, hope these help you out in your Divi web design journey. So there you go, guys. There's a look at my top 5 recommended Divi Facebook groups for 2020. Again, just as a reminder, I will have links to a bunch of the articles posted over the past few years below, which has other groups. And then there are a few other subgroups that I'll make note of too, and links below in this post of other good recommendations that you might consider joining too. But these top 5 are the ones that I'm a part of, I use frequently and recommend, and I hope they help you out in your Divi journey as well. And if you're going to buy Divi, please use the affiliate link below. Much appreciated. All right, guys, see you on the next video.